So here's a question for you. Can an AI write code faster and maybe even better than a senior developer with, let's say, 15 years of experience? Well, we wanted to find out, so we staged a head-to-head coding battle. And let me tell you, the winner was not who we expected. Let's get right into this ultimate coding showdown. Okay, in one corner, we've got Maria. She's a senior database architect who has truly seen it all. 15 years of in-the-trenches, hard-won experience. And in the other corner, AI to SQL. It's a specialized AI tool that's built for one thing, turning plain English into SQL code in seconds. This is experience versus pure, raw execution speed.
And, Maria really hits the nail on the head with some healthy skepticism. She points out that it's not just about spitting out commands. It's about understanding the why behind the data. Can an AI really get the business context? That's the billion-dollar question we're here to test.
All right, ding, 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 it's time for round one. We're going to start with a classic, an everyday kind of task, just to see who gets off the blocks faster, the seasoned veteran or the lightning-fast AI. So the first prompt is pretty straightforward. Find all customers from New York who have spent more than $1,000 in total and list them by name. It's a simple data request, but it still requires a few steps, joining tables, filtering the data, and grouping it. It's the perfect warm-up.
And bam, the results are in. Maria, typing away manually, clocks in at a super respectable 45 seconds. The query is flawless. But then you look at AI to SQL. It took that exact same English prompt and spit out the correct code in just 5 seconds. Just let that sink in for a moment. 5 seconds for a query that, while common, is not exactly trivial. The speed difference here is it's staggering. I mean, for pulling quick ad hoc reports, this is a massive game changer for productivity. Even Maria has to give it up for the AI here. She sees it right away, the incredible speed, the practical use. But, like she says, this was just the warm-up. Now, things are about to get serious. Okay, for our second round, we are cranking the difficulty way, way up. We're moving from a simple data pull to a really complex analytical query. This is going to test some deep SQL knowledge.
Now, this challenge is an absolute monster. You got to join multiple tables, handle date functions, use a bunch of different aggregate functions, and this is the real kicker, use window functions to rank the categories correctly for each month. This is exactly the kind of thing that separates the junior devs from the seniors.
And this is where you really see the human mind at work. Maria doesn't just dive in and start typing. No, she builds the query logically, step by step. She uses a common table expression to keep her code clean and readable. And after about 4 minutes, she produces a perfect, really elegant query. Now, the AI's approach, it's a totally different workflow. Its first attempt was super close, but it missed one little nuance, ranking the top 5 for each month. But here's where the magic happens. We gave it a simple correction in plain English, and boom, the AI instantly understood and fixed the query. The whole back and forth took about 30 seconds. So who wins this round? You know what? We're calling it a draw. Yeah, the AI was way faster, but it needed that human guidance to get across the finish line. Maria was flawless on her first attempt. This shows us something really important. It's not about replacement, it's about partnership. The AI is like a co-pilot, doing the heavy lifting while the human provides that critical direction. For our final round, we're flipping the script completely. This isn't about writing a new query, it's about fixing a really, really bad one. This is where a senior developer's experience often shines the brightest. So the challenge is to fix this piece of code. It's supposed to find products that have never been sold, but look at how it does it with a correlated subquery. On a big database, this thing is a performance nightmare. It forces the database to rerun that inner query for every single row. It's like looking up a word by reading the entire dictionary for every single letter. Just incredibly inefficient. And the difference between the two approaches is just night and day. The slow query is clumsy, it's inefficient. But the optimized solution, it's elegant, it's fast. It uses a left join to check for matches in one single pass over the data. It's a classic, beautiful optimization technique. And Maria, she sees it instantly. For her, this isn't some puzzle, it's a pattern she's seen 1,000 times from her years of experience. She knows the what, use a left join, and she deeply, deeply understands the why. She rewrites the perfect query in like 20 seconds. But here is the absolute shocker.
We fed that same slow query to AI2SQL, and it came back with the exact same perfect solution. It correctly pointed to the correlated subquery as the bottleneck and suggested the left join fix, even explaining why it was more efficient.
So, even though they both gave the exact same answer, we're giving this round to Maria. And you might ask why. Well, because while the AI knew the correct answer, Maria could explain it with this nuance that only comes from years of fighting fires on real, live production systems. She doesn't just give you a solution, she gives you wisdom.
Okay, 3 rounds are in the books. We've seen incredible speed, we've tackled complex problems, and we've dived into deep optimization. So, what's the final verdict? After that intense battle, who takes home the crown? The human or the machine? Well, if we're just keeping score, the winner is Maria. Her deep contextual understanding and her ability to absolutely nail the complex stuff gave her the edge. But wait, that's not the whole story. The real winner of this whole thing isn't a person and it isn't an AI. It's the developer who figures out how to use these tools to become better, faster, and way more effective. See, this isn't about replacement, it's about partnership. The future is collaborative. The AI handles all that repetitive, boilerplate stuff and gives you a massive head start on the complex queries. And that frees up human developers like Maria to focus on the big picture, system architecture, strategy, and solving problems nobody has ever seen before. The human becomes the creative director, and the AI becomes the ultimate co-pilot.
So the final question isn't whether an AI is coming for your job. The real question is, how are you going to use it to do your job better? It leaves all of us with something to think about. Could an AI outcode you?